All right, welcome, ladies and gents. We're going to be looking at Ubisoft today, and the fact that they have, I would say, willfully destroyed their company. Willfully, genuinely destroyed their company. We're going to look at the stock and things like that, and just the valuation of their company. And again, it must be willful. There is no way you're going to see the trajectory that the company's gone and everything that they've been doing and go, yeah, they tried to stop it. There just isn't. There cannot be an attempt inside to stop what's happening to the company. It must be willful destruction. Okay, and I say that genuinely under the belief that they did it on purpose. So we'll take a look. Hit subscribe, ladies and gents, if you're a returning viewer and you're not yet subscribed. I see you. There's a lot of you that keep coming back to the channel, and it would be amazing to have you here more often. And thank you so much to everyone who has. Last month in December, we had such a good month on everyone answering that call and hitting subscribe. It means the world to me, and you don't know just how much it does help the channel out. So thank you. We've been sandboxed for a little while, and that really has helped. So thank you in advance. And let's take a look at this. I'll leave this article linked down below so you can take a look at it in your own time. But wow, what a headline. Ubisoft value tanks. Market cap dropped 85% from 2021 to 2025. And that is insane. It is insane. 85% from 2021 to 2025. There is no way. There is no way you are trying to turn things around. There just isn't. There absolutely is not. Right? It's impossible. Otherwise, if you're going to tell me you're trying to turn things around, you have absolute imbeciles working for you. It's one or the other, right? It's willful destruction, or yes, you're trying to turn it around, but your whole company's staffed by morons. It's one or the other. One or the other. I'm telling you now. Ah, dear oh dear. Bearing in mind, Ubisoft has some incredible IPs under their belt. Incredible IPs. IPs that are and could be, or at least were at one point and could be again, massive earners. Huge earners. But again, willful destruction. Willful destruction. So it says this: once a titan in the gaming industry, Ubisoft has experienced a dramatic and concerning decline in value. I'm not concerned. Over the past 4 years, from a market capitalization of $12.17 billion. I should be doing this, shouldn't I? $1 billion. Like, insane. And that's in January of 2021. The company's value plummeted to a mere $1.78 billion by January of 2025. What? Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Just let that sink in. $12.17 billion value to $1.78 billion. How? It must be willful destruction. It must be. So this represents an alarming loss of approximately 85% of its market value, underscoring severe financial turmoil and strategic missteps. Strategic missteps? Mate, that's a canyon. It's not a misstep. It's a miscanyon. Right? Like, what are you doing? But have left the Assassin's Creed developer struggling to maintain its foothold in a highly competitive industry. There is no foothold anymore. There is absolutely no foothold anymore. And the reason why there's no foothold anymore is that indie games are servicing the audience, right? What AAA games used to. I can go play an indie game and it's significantly better than what a AAA game is now. AAA games get released. No one buys them. I mean, yeah, this is a generalization. Obviously, people buy them. But 9 times out of 10, people don't buy them. And the reason is that they get released and they're broken. It's not a completed game. No one wants to drop $100 on a game that's broken, which, case in point, this one, actually, right? Star Wars Outlaws was a broken game. Fundamentally, on many, many levels, it was a broken game. They've done 4 major updates now. 4 major updates now trying to fix this game. How? Why? Why did you release it to begin with? Idiots. So in January 2021, Ubisoft stood strong with a market cap of $12.17 billion. This reflected its status as a powerhouse in the gaming world, and however, by January 2024, the company's value had been cut down by 74%, dropping to $3.14 billion, and you can see it here. Yeah, and we're going to look at the stock as well, by the way, like across this as well. Well, let's look at it now, actually. So this is Ubisoft stock. Look at this. This is the past 5 years. So where were they saying? They're looking at when? January 2024. No, sorry, January 2021. So let's look at January 2021 here, right? It stood at, what is that? 85 euro. 85 euros. And now we're at 12.76. I mean, that is, boy howdy, that's dog shit. That is all kinds of dog shit, isn't it? Awful stuff. So the downward trajectory continued unabated into 2025, where the market cap further decreased by nearly 43% from the previous year, settling at $1.78 billion. This total reduction of $10.39 billion over 4 years highlights deep-rooted issues within the company's operations and strategy. Wow. So when we factor in their most recent reported loans from March, totaling $2.71 billion, likely higher now due to updated rates and additional borrowing not yet reflected in the valuation, Ubisoft's financial position seems to have worsened compared to 2024. The company's inability to sustain liquidity sufficient to cover its mounting debt is exacerbated by the impending release of Assassin's Creed Shadows in February, a game that has already garnered significant negative reception. And the thing is, right, let's just have a look at that, shall we, right? If this isn't Willful, okay, you're idiots. Loads of people have waited for a feudal Japan Assassin's Creed game. Lo and behold, it comes out and you start releasing information about it, and there's a big black guy that you play, or a woman. Now, is that remotely what people wanted? Just, it's feudal Japan. What comes to mind with quintessential feudal Japan? It's not big black guys, all right? It's not big black guys, okay? It's not, all right? Anyone in the comments go, yeah, but, no, shut up. There has to be an element of accepting what is a quintessential version of something. That's what people want. When I think of Vikings, right, we think of crossing the world and rapping, I can't say that word, and pillaging, right? We think of that. We think of big burly guys with long beards, some braids here and there, big shit, you know, they're big guys, big furs and things like that, cool hairstyles and some tattoos. That's what we think, right? That's what we think when we think of Vikings. That's quintessential Vikings. We don't think of them farming at home. Sure, maybe they did it, I don't know, right? But we don't think about it. And yeah, sure, we think about some shield maidens that they had as well, but we don't think about big, burly, butch, dyke-looking Vikings running into battle. We just don't. Right? That's dumb. You've got to accept that there is a quintessential version of everything that people look forward to when it's announced. Feudal Japan, you don't think of big black guys. You just don't. And if you do, more power to you, I guess. But majority of people don't. And you certainly don't think of women floating around. Not literally floating. That would be odd. But you get what I mean, right? So that was Willful. That was Willful. And that was stupid. That was something that they absolutely unequivocally wanted to do, all for woke points, knowing full well that the gaming industry's on its fucking knees because of this dog shit. And remember, I keep going back to this. And I keep saying it because it's really important. We can stay not watching your movies, not buying your games, and not consuming your TV shows for a lot longer than you guys can stay in business producing this dog shit. So if you don't change it, because we do live in a capitalist society, so if you don't change what's going on, you'll go under. You'll be like Ubisoft. Power to the people. Money talks. So anyway, there you go. Thought you'd find this interesting. Hit subscribe like I said. Take care. Leave your thoughts down below. Bye now.